Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Goblins of Conquest.
So, like I was joking with Michael, the rogue is so scared after what happened to her last time. She's out of sight of you guys. She's following you guys like a half mile behind into the wetlands.
Right. So that's serious.
Do we actually go back to the wetlands yet?
Well, you guys are heading back.
I remember making an agreement.
You made a great agreement, telling her all about the apples and that you'll give her one of each, and when they're coming to harvest. She appreciates you.
Okay.
I told her that I would give her an apple of each. I didn't tell her the rest.
How would you guys do on?
Well, you told her about when the apples would be ready.
I did not. I said that I would let her know when it would be ready.
Okay. That's good to know. You don't want to come to hags want to move into your place.
No.
They'll set up shop. They sell little tchotchkes. Look, this one's made with children's teeth.
No, unless they're willing to sacrifice themselves to the tree.
Okay. So where last we left off, the goblins were depetrified, and you guys basically reprovisioned. She was nice enough to supply you guys with the baby bone bread and various other, ingredients that she definitely upsold you on the ingredients.
Yeah.
So you guys are heading back to the wetlands. You guys basically spend the week backtracking to where you guys were, when, that spot where the lizard man ambushed you in the swamps. Good, and somebody, as we all look at the ranger, give me a survival roll with advantage because you know this terrain up to here.
That would be a 17.
Good, because I think that 7's what got you in trouble last time. So the ranger is guiding you guys perfectly back where you needed to go. You can hear Gigglesnort in the very background. She's following you, but she's like going from bush to bush hiding. She's extreme paranoia.
With advantage,
And every now and then you can hear his bow knocking.
You can still hear his bow creak when he pulls the bowstring back. So you guys are heading deeper in there, and basically, are you sleeping during the day, during the night? I mean, for you guys, environmental-wise, it doesn't really matter, other than the fact that you're gonna be sleeping. Warm those days, so.
It's probably cooler at night. They seem to have fought easier to sleep adventures before the tactics.
Okay.
Miserable as hell during the morning, regardless. So I don't think we'd be able to really sleep.
Okay, so when you guys, you're now in new territory. You've gone deeper than you've ever gone before in the wetlands. Who's going to be taking the first watch?
I'll probably take first watch.
Okay. Who's taking the second watch? Okay, our death cleric. Okay, and who's taking the third watch?
The one that went stick.
Okay. So, you guys set camp. Now, how do you guys set up the camp? Do you guys do a fire? I don't know about you. Fire would be nice creature comforts. Okay. So we'll say this here's the fire. I'm assuming you're only making a nice sized campfire. And how close are you all staying to the fire?
16 drive it.
Okay, that sounds like the bugbear. Impervious to flame and sleep in the fire.
If it wears off, I'm not kicking him out.
No, he's the alarm clock. When it wears off after 6 hours, he screams. It's time to get up. I'm assuming she's not using it, so she's, I'm hoping. Then we hear the flash. And then comes the title. So first watch, you're watching everybody get to sleep. You're kind of paranoid of the noises in the trees. But you have the giant leather-winged mosquito issue.
Yes,
It's completely legit. So you're hearing the occasional, noise out there. And as everybody's starting to settle down for sleep, and you're hearing the bugbear snoring, Gigglesnort hiding in a tree, she's making some noise up in the tree so you know she's alive. And going to be a perception roll, so all of a sudden you hear this ominous sound. And it sounds just like a voice in the fog. Bugbear has gas. It's because he ate that baby bone bread. It's high in fiber. So you're out there, you're seeing the whiffs of the fog starting, and you're just hearing this. It almost sounds like a very disembodied voice. It's just out of perceptible range of word, but it sounds like someone from a long distance. Just the winds carrying the sound. And pretty much you have, except for the weird noises, you have a pretty uneventful time on watch. And then it's time to tell the cleric, hey, it's your turn for watch. So as you crash down, and the cleric, she's getting up, she's getting prepared, putting purpley vestments on, dangling those intestines on. You get used to, you're hearing the fog and the sounds of nature. Give me a perception. You're basically, in your head, you're probably thinking the different, prayers, what you would do to each one of these people if you were to sacrifice them right now. Hey, that is an important thing right there.
That is.
Because sometimes you may just have to do that.
Yes, especially, the tree, if it doesn't get fed.
The tree needs its sustenance. So, a couple hours go by, the crackling fire's going, you're enjoying this, place because you're like, you sense the life and death in the wetlands here. And all of a sudden, you get the whole squinty eye, dry eyes out there, and all of a sudden you blink and you swear you see a pair of eyes reflecting back from the fire. About, good 80 feet through the trees. Also, you swear you see two eyes looking back at you with this white glow. Who would be near me? This guy would be near me. He likes you.
Okay.
She's smacking you awake?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wake up and she's, what do you tell him?
Eyes. And go investigate.
You know what? Yeah, I'm willing to go ahead and venture forward.
Okay.
Slowly.
So you get up, you get all your garb on, pop in your armor, and you're noticing that when you're looking at the ice, they're slowly coming towards you. He's getting dressed, and they're barely moving a few feet.
I'm hitting it harder now.
Okay.
She's smacking your ear.
No, turn around.
Okay, so you start heading off towards where the glowy eyes are. You can clearly see there are two glowing eyes looking back at you, but you realize, give me a perception roll as you're squinting to look at these glowy eyes, because you're just like, the way they're moving, they're not on a tree branch, they're too high to be on the ground. An 8? Okay.
You cocked on a 15, between the 15 and 12, then I couldn't use that.
I was going to let you pull the mini out and see what it came up as, but... So you're realizing it does look like a pair of eyes out there. You're basically tramping through the swamp, realizing it's wet, it's cold. Why am I going out here for the pair of eyes? And you basically see pair of eyes over here, and you're coming to about right here.
Door open. Door is slammed.
Pair of eyes. Yeah.
You don't see anything.
So you basically creep to about this distance, and you're
Yeah, that's
clearly
probably
seeing
my-
through the trees. You're clearly seeing there are two glowing motes. They're not eyes.
Okay.
Because at one point, when you get close enough, you realize they kind of go around like a tree.
Yeah.
And you're immediately like, these are not eyes.
You see,
And they seem to be keenly aware of you because they're basically doing this whole moving in your direction. And they kind of split up. They're small. They're tiny motes of light in the swamp. Possibly swamp gas.
Yeah.
It could totally be swamp gas. Go ahead and roll me initiative, by the way.
Yeah.
that's a really
Oh, awesome.
It's not even counting.
What did you get?
6.
You need to trade those dice.
I know,
Wow.
I have yet to roll like above a 10 on my die for perception roll. That's my game over the weekend.
Wow.
Last 2 weekends. I've got a +7 on that guy, and I was getting so I get 11 perception rolls.
14.
So there's this wonderful thing called dice jail. You think about it.
Yes.
That's why I pulled this guy out as
Punish them muchly.
I want a physical dice jail. Right now they're all in a little container.
They have, if you look at Dungeon Crate, they've got these little plexiglass ones. But the jail part slides up and down. Dice jail. So, you immediately, once you realize they're moving towards you, they are moving towards you quite quickly. As immediately they like turn into firefly speed almost. And just like, as all of a sudden the first one comes up to you, and at first it's like, hey little guy. As it comes up and is about to deliver, I don't think that will hit you. It might. Will a 12 hit you? As all of a sudden it gets close to you and you're just like almost wanting to reach out and touch it, and all of a sudden a zap of energy comes off of it, and you're just like, whoa!
Yes.
No touchy.
No touch.
And then this one is going to come and get you, but he's got advantage now. Good thing he's got advantage, because that roll sucks. I think that's the 20. These are the steampunk dice, so I'm not sure it's
hard to read.
That would be the 20.
I see the one on the left side.
Ooh.
Alright.
So all of a sudden, as this jolt comes out of you, oh my god.
I scream, ouch.
You make
I
this
scream an ouch towards the camp.
horrible sound. Ooh.
I like it my fun stuff till the
17 points. As this, obviously the first one's jolt was the warning jolt, and this one came for the killing jolt.
Yeah, I dodged back into the other one.
Yeah, you bolted back, and the other one.
I'm down to 8.
And there is a glow now that they're excited around you. So your cleric, who by the way should probably roll initiative.
Yeah, but
What's wrong? What level is that?
that's the problem.
She's level 3 now.
Oh no, I'm not here. Yeah, well, thank you.
He tries to kill you. As all of a sudden it blasts you with energy, and it's your turn.
Alright. Yeah, I think I probably would have been out there with the bow, so I'm just, I do have my nimble escape, so I can do disengage as a bonus action.
You can, and if you go straight back or straight forward, you technically are out of melee range of both of them. That's kind of convenient standing there.
Yes.
They have the somebody who is
Disengage and then use your move.
Disengage
Gotcha.
my move.
You're running back to the camp really quick.
Oh yeah. And then to let everyone know, and then fire an arrow. I'm gonna fire an arrow at the guy that hit me bad.
This one?
Yeah, whichever
we
one.
will call him number 2.
We'll call him number 2.
Number 2 is lethal to you.
Yes.
Player's guide?
Yeah.
Since it has your character in it?
Yeah.
And you have space?
Alright, that will hit probably a 22.
A 22 will hit. And you immediately jump back and you're like, guys.
Okay. For 7 points.
And you see your arrow fly into the midst of the energy, just like speckles of light come off of it. As little bits of motes just dissolve as your arrow goes through it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had to use my bonus action to get to nimbly escape. Otherwise, I couldn't add that extra planar warrior's force.
Getting away from them, being flanked is a very smart thing to do. Okay, so everybody that you're asleep as you're getting woke up, the bugbear's asleep, but the cleric sees this happen. The goblin comes from. Immediately there's these zap zap sounds, and all of a sudden the 20-foot area around the goblin just blew up in lights like a football stadium. And now he's running back in here and he shoots one of the motes of light. What do you... Go ahead and roll the initiative, everybody, and we'll slip them all into the order.
Flipper.
So that's the thing about the whole problem with the dice jump for me. When it's come to attack rolls, I've been doing pretty good. But when it's come to perception or sometimes skill checks, it's mediocre.
15?
So what comes around the corner nearest to you
Here he comes. The bugbear is restless. I hear that one. So go ahead and roll initiative. The goblin has ran back to the camp. There's lights in the swamp. He got zapped within an inch of his life. 12?
No, it's all the way. So that's
I got it.
yeah, this way it's still not all the way up.
I didn't know that. What's another?
I went on that. It seems really weird. Yeah, right? They have two. I don't know why they did it. That's not meant to be.
Okay. So, cleric, you were ready, you were prepared, you saw the motes glide attack the ranger, and you're seeing him run back into camp. Go ahead and put yourself wherever you'd like. If you want a mini.
I've got here's an assortment of casters.
Oh, I like the one with the staff there.
Yeah.
Now, of course, where would you like to? You were up and about.
Apparently,
Those two are both very apt.
I said the gray one because it's a different color.
Yeah.
So you two are being jostled awake by him. Cleric, she's been all ready. She's like, bring it to me, goblin. Bring it to me.
Okay, so
Little woman initiative for.
I'm first. You guys are not awake yet.
Yep. On the round that your initiative takes effect is going to be the next one.
Okay, that's what I'm
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Chill Touch.
Chill touch on which one? You saw that he shot this one and it let off little sparks and let off this horrible noise.
Let's go with number 2.
Okay.
6 senior drow monks.
Yeah. 16 will not hit. This thing is super nimble fast, and it just like it's doing the whole Tinkerbell thing. As your chill touch goes out there, it zips around. Okay, so top of the initiative. These things are getting all agitated. They are not happy. This one, the one you tried to chill touch, is coming right up to you, and it's literally just doing this. And then this one is continuing to chase the goblin. As I put my screen back up, I make the buzzy sounds. Fortunately, they've got ridiculous decks. So all of a sudden, against the goblin, another shock is coming out.
Those are hard.
Those are really hard to read. So it is a 10. Well, a 10 as it comes again, it goes.
Yeah.
And you just see this explosion of sparks go way over your head. It's obviously too agitated to aim properly.
I know you're right.
And this one is going to go ahead and go after our cleric.
But then the other 4 go
With a dirty 20. As all of a sudden it comes right up in your face and spark just splashes in your face for 9 points of damage.
The first 3 make attacks.
As you're feeling cold, dark, electricity just hits you.
Then the other
Well,
one
the
is
glows in the dark I really like, but the electricity not so much. So.
The electrolysis part is what sucks. So Paladin, you're waking up, your gears at your feet, you know. I'm assuming you're not sleeping in your armor.
No.
Okay, you pick up the shield and sword. You see a little mote of light just attached to your cleric, blew up in her face with electricity. Another one is zapping around your goblin, who's just like so nimble and bouncing around. He's like, you can't touch this. Your bugbear is getting up on the other side of the fire, going, good thing I can sleep in my robes. All my gear, I sleep in.
Right. So I will move. So I'm taking the one with the rope.
So you basically come around over here. You're like, hey, Gobby, I got your back. Mainly because I want you to be a decoy for me. You're my decoy duck.
And I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay, so what's Shield of Faith do for you?
It encases me in plate armor.
Remember,
So you now have this magical greenish armor swathed over you. That's looking really awesome against the light of the will-o-wisp. Okay, so that's going to bring us to the wizard, who's basically sitting right up as the goblin is shrieking, making goblin noises, the best alarm clocks ever.
So am I having to take half my movement to stay up?
Yep, to get up. Which might mean that guy's just shy of being flanked on this side.
Alright, so as I'm grumbling, it sounds like I'm grumbling, but I'm actually casting Shadow Blade, bonus action.
Okay. Grumble, 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 Shadow Blade.
You can also see that his blade. And since that's a bonus action, strike.
Okay. It's super nimble. Super fast.
Go up next to him.
You swing your Shadow Blade and it immediately just dances around the blade. Like you're moving in molasses. It just and it's just like taking a millisecond to stare and look at all of you guys. It's absolutely terrified of the big surround, but it doesn't seem like it's scared. It's got the will ADD.
Alright.
Okay, so Ranger, your team has immediately jumped to your aid.
Yes. I'm going to swap over to. I think I can only pull one sword.
No, you could pull them. You could drop the bow and pull your blades. I'll give you that as
part of like the movement action.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Actually,
so like drop.
What?
I got you now.
I honestly can't remember if the 2-weapon attack is a bonus action.
The secondary weapon is a bonus action.
Okay. I don't even like because that's the thing is I'd rather actually drop as my bonus action drop on the plane the multi-force plane my planar warrior feature.
Okay.
And use that as my bonus action.
So what does that do when you use that?
When next time I hit a target with a weapon attack on this turn, all damage becomes force damage, and I deal an extra 8 force damage.
Force damage, you say?
Yes.
Like something I don't see listed as a resistance.
Maybe.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay, so you immediately use your planar knowledge to just give you anything else?
That's the weird thing is like they don't do a good job. At least I haven't grasped the right way of like where is that actually coming from? Where is that text on?
That's more fun.
Yes. I learned to draw the energy of the multiverse to augment my attacks.
I do not have it, but he's actually looking at his copy right now. Or I can shoot you the link.
So this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, like the flavor is I learned to draw the energy of the multiverse to augment my attacks.
Okay.
So the energy of the multiverse.
I have one as well.
So draw upon the multiverse, and so now
You have damage of all kinds.
yes. So
Okay, and you do have advantage, don't forget.
Yes.
You are flanking.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Thankfully,
It's a good time to bathe your blade. Now remember, that means both those dice get doubled.
yeah, that's why I grabbed.
Yeah.
So it's 2d6 for the short sword, and then another 2d8 for the fourth sword.
Yeah.
23.
So describe how you destroy this will-o-wisp. It's like
I swing way the hell back, and I'm not aiming for where it is. I aim for where it's going to be, and you stab forth.
and immediately
And a bluish glow is like a sonic boom, like a conical wave is falling behind my blade as it starts to
as it just explodes with the sound of a shattered 1,000 pieces of glass, as your blade is glowing with the will-o-wisp's energy.
Yeah.
And to think, that's the one that didn't hit you.
No.
What's that?
That's not my movement.
You do still have your movement.
The one that just died.
Take a white bird.
Get in there.
And immediately you start running around it with victory in your heart. Okay. Mistress Black of Death. The Ranger he's your best minion ever. Because he has immediately gone to flank the will-o-wisp that you were fighting to help you out.
Ooh, so that means I get to roll 6 damage.
You do.
If I do. Which, you know what? Is it within melee range?
Oh, yes. He's right there with you.
I'm just making sure. So I'm going to hit
Okay, because he's ready to go off with some people.
Oh, you got 17 on plus.
I was going to say, what's your plus?
Plus 30, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit as you bring your hammer down and smack into it. How much damage are you doing?
All right, so I was using both hands.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 3 points of damage.
Okay, but you smack into it nonetheless.
So it's the portal.
It is physical, but you do feel as your hammer hits it, your kind of force goes through it as opposed to hitting it, and a little sprinkle motes of light come on.
Oh, how pretty. I'm going to hit you again when I can.
Are you good with where you're standing?
Yeah, I'm going to keep beating on it.
Okay. So top of the order. The will does not like that you've taken the wisp out of it.
I told you I thought they were.
And it's going to try to blast you again.
Oh, good. Yay.
I don't like that. That's a 19.
Yeah.
Those dice are really hard to read. So, will a dirty 23 hit you? Okay, all of a sudden, as soon as you hit it, the electricity just like it flashed with the bullets and then blasts electricity back at you for another 9 points of damage.
So things are always less effective.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's gonna try to run away.
It wouldn't really make sense.
So that means
You both get an attack of opportunity.
It's not with advantage because.
you jerk.
Actually, it is with advantage. Well, no, because it would be.
Yeah. It's
No, it is. Because this is where he creates it, and you both have flanking on it.
Well, it's specific.
Yeah.
So if you
21.
if you're resistant,
21 will hit it.
I got a 10.
This is regular. This is going to be regular.
Yep, it's just straight dice damage. Yep.
was that all?
It's a 9 damage.
9 damage?
This is actually this is piercing damage, not the force.
Oh, okay.
It's only good for one attack and on that turn.
That's what. Yeah,
That's fine.
And it's like doing this weird circle around the trees, and it seems to be like just eyeballing you up about 10 feet in the air, and it's in between the tree branches. It's just all of you. It's just like zipping around like it's debating who's going to come over and zap. This is evil globe of good evilness. So, Paladin, what are you going to do?
Can I reach it?
No, it's 10 feet in the... Well, you could probably get to underneath it, but it is up in the air. Actually, yeah, you could hit it. It's adjacent to you, just 5 feet up.
I will move to it.
20, 25, 30. Okay, you're rushing after it.
And I will swing. Well, actually, first I'm going to cast Thunder Smite.
Okay. So you will be at disadvantage for that difference. Because it's not here, it's 10 feet in the air. You're swinging.
What is that?
His bow arm broke.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, that's why I dropped
That's
my
where
bow.
his bow drops.
So I dropped my bow. I'm thinking ahead to my turn, basically.
Gotcha.
So it's zipping up in the air about 10 feet up. And what does your smite look like when you coat it on your blade?
So first the shroud is
A cloudy storm.
Okay, so you've got the blade bathed in your evil magic.
I need cast a spell,
12 will not hit.
and I need.
So you basically swat at it, and it's like.
I need 3 of you to make dexterity.
It's wanting to bring its will buddy back.
Okay, so you don't.
If there's a will, there's a way. Okay, wizard. You're up. You're seeing the paladin chased after it.
No, I am.
There's trees and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're in the swamp. It's just that this is solid earth that you're on. Your ranger picked a really good spot to camp. It's not his fault that Will of the Wisp came after you guys.
No.
He would have told you it was just swamp gas. But his cleric sent him out there in the darkness to find it.
You're welcome.
The shadow
One
seems
shot
so
of
dark.
throw the shadow blade at it, and
Can you throw the shadow blade?
it can be used for range.
So the powerful warrior takes the initiative.
Because it's 35 away.
And remember, this is regular terrain. It's not difficult terrain.
Yeah, but I've got six square movement, so that's.
And you have a 5-foot reach, so if you were to get up to him, he would not be a disadvantage for your swing.
So right here.
And as you
That'd be 30 feet.
the black edge of the blade.
Well, you want to be adjacent because he's facing 5 foot up.
Yeah, so then I'd have to throw it because if I'm here, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's 35 feet to go that far.
Okay, so you're gonna run up by the paladin and do the fling with the shadow
I'm
blade.
going to step out to the side so that I don't hit him with it.
Okay. Theoretically. Wizard with the range attack for the win. And what type of damage is that?
Force damage.
Force damage. Ah, since you saw the goblin do such good stuff with it.
I was on to it before that. Don't you know?
Yeah,
Dealing,
this wise butler.
right?
Smart butler.
Hey, watch it.
Why bug be smart, little ball of fur.
Yeah, so 2d8
Ooh. Little mode of light doesn't like the psychic darkness damage.
So that's 8 points of damage.
And then the other girl casts a spell immediately. Everything around you is.
And it actually is
surrounded
less
by
damage, so
80
it goes up to 10.
So then and you hear,
As you all see the dark blade fling into it and like sheer huge motes of its light off. as it makes this sad breaking glass sound. It sucks that you're making my unlife so painful. I might have been a goblin in a past life.
Yeah, still don't
So,
care.
So
there's more of us.
the way we multiply, give it 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's the ranger's turn.
Yeah. I'm going to run over.
Don't follow us.
I heard my low.
Drop the swords and pick up the bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bonus action, draw upon the planar energy
Okay.
and fire a shot.
Ooh. Ranger's trying to make y'all look bad.
Natural 20.
Oh, you don't need to roll. As the shadow blade shaves the will-o-wisp like an apple, all of a sudden the arrow flies through and it just explodes into a 20-foot circle of glitter that's landing all over. It's like the paladin standing next to sparklers. It's just glittering all over you.
Well, had I known, I'd have brought my weighted dice too. Since we're playing that way.
And as the
the one that can't make perception checks.
Right? But in combat.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I can't put these things in jail. I need to have I need to have like a skill check dice in addition to
combat
my
dice. Skill dice.
So needless to say, it's your planar expertise that made you not like the undead that were here. Because that's what they were. They were will-o'-the-wisp, undead little dudes. So needless to say, you really didn't have to wake them all up, did you?
They kept them busy.
Yeah.
And they see
So-
everything.
They actually don't. Other than little bits of like ash and cinder. Fortunately, they're not loot-appropriate items. Unless you can go find the bodies, but that could be anywhere out of the swamp gas.
So at this point, I'm like, I'm going to turn around and go, my
I'm going to bed.
As both the hobgoblin and you got burn marks from the electrical arcs.
I'm like, I'm going to sleep. I need to know the story.
Okay, so you guys basically crash for the rest of the night while the paladin takes third watch. You're sitting there pretty stoically on your sword, waiting for a problem to happen that never happens the rest of the night. Sun comes up. I'm assuming you guys want to crash a little longer to complete your day long rest. Because once the sun comes up, there's no danger in the woods.
Right.
Just that.
So paladin, give me a perception roll. Maybe you do better than everybody else.
Yeah, because we kind of suck at that.
21. I assume the one that does the most. Yeah. Okay, sure.
Interesting. See what the bonus adds to it. You have no will. Wow. Okay, so during the night, you're sitting there in your sword, trying to stoically do the whole Conan thing, just looking around. And you're hearing the same said moaning sound that nobody's told each other about. And it sounds a hint like a voice.
So as you run your natural distance, you can see.
But you can't quite make the sound of the wetlands traveling in the morning fog. It could be some animal in distress, or it could be some predator hunting, or a forest, swamp cat chasing down its prey. You can't quite place it, but you would swear it's a voice. You know how when you get that kind of, you swear you hear something, but you don't hear it completely? As you guys finish the last of your rest, you wake up, provisions are broken out, the bugbear's like, you can food.
I don't sure
Okay, so he says it to you guys. I mean, unfortunately, our cleric barely hears anything of it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
You still heard of noise. I figured those were the risks. Making that.
The only noise you heard them make was that horrible glass breaking sound.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so
I was kind of assuming like the voices that I heard during my shift might have been
that
a
makes
precursor
perfect
to the
sense.
wisp. Yeah.
Guy with the full sword.
Yeah. So and then
Especially since our cleric, she can roll for arcane or religion. So could the bugbear if you want. When you're thinking about the hey, what were those things that we killed?
Yeah. Since that would be a good idea. So
He thought about it.
Oh wait, you know what?
As she went to sleep.
Alright, sorry. The whole point of spiritual weapon, you can't use it.
probably thought about it trying to rest and everything, but racking my head over it. So.
I'll take either religion or arcana for now. Or bugbear's got to roll arcana.
13.
13?
13.
13? Okay, both of you pretty much getting the idea that it was a will-o-wisp, a evil, tiny, undead boat. They usually want to lead people off. They're chaotic evil. They're just kind of like attacking random type of thing. It must have been the spirit of someone who died, maybe a child or a goblin, something that the swamp consumed.
Okay.
Which is good for the cleric to know that you're like, yeah, that wasn't death. For your death attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
People die and then.
As the bugbear and the cleric are passing each other over breakfast. So,
you don't say.
So Ranger, go ahead and give me another survival. You're easily providing food, fresh provisions for them. You're like, hey, I set up some fishing traps out here, and there's some fresh fish, and I will lead the way.
With a 7.
As you guys about midday, you're realizing
I need skill dice.
You're realizing that the sun seems to be going in a circle. As all of a sudden, who's in the lead of your little group? In what order are you going? So the ranger's going to be in front?
Yeah.
So who's coming up behind the ranger?
There's only one above me.
Okay, how closely are you coming behind? Giving them enough walking room? So. Okay. And then who's coming next? Cleric? Okay.
I guess I'm in the back.
Okay, so we got the wizard in the back who's having nightmares being dragged away by lizard men again. Oh wait.
No, it's the paladin.
The paladin, yeah, that's right. And you guys get the EBGBs when you're walking through this one, because you're getting back to that, Goblin's got water coming up to his waist, he's doing a whole slogging through it, Then you're going from wetlands to dry lands, and you guys are getting the idea that he might be going in circles, or he knows exactly where he's going. It's that weird, disconjointed environment that you can't tell if either he knows exactly where he's going, or to your senses you're going in circles.
I'm grumbling about not really enjoying this one.
So go ahead and give me a perception.
Yeah, during one of those downtimes where we accordioned in.
Alright.
Give me a perception.
He ran with us again.
18.
Ooh. As he's guiding you into the next knee-high spot of water, you should. All of a sudden, you are clearly hearing off to the side a voice clearly say, "Get out of my swamp," in common. And it sounds like it's from a distance, but it clearly traveled to your ears. You pass your pointy hobgoblin ear tweaked and copied. "Get out of my swamp." In common. The human tongue.
My common?
Yeah.
I will bring your attention to it.
Okay, so how do you get everybody's attention when you're in marching order?
I'll just stop.
Okay, you stop. You guys notice he immediately stops. Goblins continue.
Yeah, I probably get a few steps before I notice this.
You see the poor goblin sloth into up to here in water. It's like, you guys aren't going to carry me?
Yeah. I probably got myself another before I noticed the lack of a slosh behind me.
As all of a sudden, all of you hear, "I said, get out of my swamp."
Do you have a D?
Now, are you saying that in goblin or common?
Oh, I'm going to say that in Goblin because, why speak to that level?
That's a good way to think of it.
Why deign to speak the human tongue?
Right?
The only thing human tongue is worth is a necklace.
Maybe I love food.
I have a rough idea where it's coming from.
You have a rough idea. It's a distance. It's like a good, probably is a dispersal of the trees and the moss. It's quite a ways away.
I'm gonna head that way.
Okay. It's almost like somebody made use thaumaturgy to make his voice project really well in the area. That's what thaumaturgy is for. Okay, so you guys are heading that way in a straight line like this.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll clearly move you guys this way. It's kind of difficult terrain as you go in there, but you do see that coming up. Let's see how blue on blue looks. Is coming up this way is a bit of solid ground.
Well, we already killed the
Green dragon would just trick you, just builds fog there. And you clearly see that there's trees and brambles, and it goes up. It's got like a little 5-foot climb to get up in this land. And all of you give me perception with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
The appropriate value of
6. Good guess. 14. 3. You see, everyone else is like, dry land, camp here. You clearly see that in the back end of the island, about 10 feet in the air on one of the tree branches, is either, you can't quite make out what it is, but it looks to be humanoid, covered in moss and looks like mildewy leather. It's got like literally green mildew growing on the leather. And it's hunched over, almost pharaoh-like, and it's looking right at you. The thing is, with your 14, you caught a pair of eyes glittering back at you with this like wood mask, with the leather and the old man's beard, moss hanging off. And he's looking right at you. Nobody else seems to notice Jack except for
it's dry earth. Yeah, it's 5 feet up. I can't see over it.
Someone's going to have to pick the goblin to get him up.
I'm already in the muck.
Pick up stuff out first. Get the goblin at aim.
So everyone, go ahead and roll initiative. And what are you going to tell your friends when you see those blue eyes staring back at you? As immediately in the back of your head, you hear the hag's voice saying the one thing she wants is the heart of the blue-eyed tree.
Good again?
Well, there's
Okay, so what'd you get for initiative?
3. Which is a 1.
Okay. And what did our wizard get?
23.
Ooh. And our ranger?
6.
And our cleric? 10. Okay, so Paladin, as you see this guy, your group's just sludging through. There's mud, there's speckles, there's the moss on their faces. What are you gonna do there?
The thing is, it doesn't appear any of them notice it. I will just vocally point it out. I'll point it to the tree where it's. Do we see it?
As he's pointing it out, you guys are all like, what? There's nothing there but moss. And on your next turn, you can do a perception check again with advantage since you pointed it out. But this guy's actually stealth in the trees.
But I'll move it.
Well, this was
Huh?
before we were in round.
Yeah, I haven't. Yes, you will be the first one if you want to do a perception to see what he's pointing at. So you are first.
No, it's fine.
Do you want to do a
But
perception?
I know last time it come.
Or is there some other magic trick you might have?
When it hit the ground, it was certainly more beasts. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you go down.
What you get with advantage?
It's the east.
Yeah, you have advantage because your paladin's saying he's pointing with his sword in the general direction.
15.
15, you see him. He's hunched over, he's looking at you, his eyes are making contact with all of you guys.
Where is he?
He's we'll grab this dice. He's about 10 feet up in the branches of one of the trees.
It's not moving very quickly. No more than
Idea of what I'm looking at?
He's humanoid. He's wearing leather armor with wood accoutrements. He's got old man's beard moss. It's that really cool hanging moss all over him. And he's got some kind of blunt weapon on the tree that blends in with the tree really well. And he's just looking. His eyes just look like the bluest blue ever, but they look normal. They're within the human range of blue. Think, Ragnar Lothbrok Vikings, how he's got the baby blue eyes that look really good covered in blood.
Well, we could talk.
You could.
That's what I'm saying. We could talk. But, in order to parlay, you need to come out.
Oh, no. Can't see that. I'm just gauging distance here. So you're basically trying to be civilized sounding?
Yeah, I'm speaking common.
Okay. I haven't eaten in 5 minutes. I call dibs on the spleen in Goblin.
No, it goes.
Okay, so you're not making any aggressive moves. Okay.
I've already got a quarterstaff in my
Okay. So immediately on his turn, because he just happens to be right after you, he just bellows. This comes out loud. Get out of my swamp. Your kind aren't welcome here.
What kind is that? I mean, I'm drop dead gorgeous.
With the stench of death as your perfume, many a hobgoblin's lost themselves to you.
Absolutely.
stench of the bone all.
And he stands up to the point of where you all see him because he's standing fully erect. He looks pretty stout for a human if he's human. Maybe a hobgoblin, he's got some robustness under his arm. And he basically, from what you see, he stands up on his tree branch and kind of leans back and is falling off the tree branch. You guys hear some grass underneath the tree branch. He does a thing. He's giving you guys a chance. He does a superhero.
In the river, you can see.
As he basically falls back out of view and does a thing.
I say to my companions, I think he's running away. We do have the upper hand.
In Goblin or Goblin?
I'll say petrified.
Okay, so Claire, what are you going to do?
He's disappeared out of sight. I don't think. So we've all officially noticed him.
Yeah, you've all seen him when he did the whole stand-up erect, and you're like, oh my god, that guy's good at camouflage.
So,
Yeah, pretty much to be like,
I want to do that someday.
I look at the ranger. You need to get better at this.
Someday I want to make cakes, so I can use my cake making skills to camouflage myself.
see.
So nothing really to do at the moment because
You can
I don't feel like attacking us.
You don't want to climb up there after him?
Oh yeah, well let's move to the.
As the bugbear mumbles, it's a trap. So you basically get up to the edge where you can start climbing your next turn.
Yeah.
Or you can do an athletics roll if you want.
I'm just looking up over the edge. I wonder where he went.
It seems to be, semi-firm up there. It seems to be like plenty of handholds if you want to use athletics to climb on up there.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So,
Somebody else.
Okay. So Ranger, it is your turn.
So can I currently see?
You cannot, since he fell down. He's undercover.
That's kind of what I figured.
You hear some noise in the grass.
I'm basically trying to figure out the order of events. I'm going to try to probably like my action to try to find him. I'm trying to figure out if I Like this is difficult terrain, though, right?
Notice things.
Up to here, you can get one move.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
Because
Yeah.
it starts to firm up, basically.
Okay, so I'm looking over the edge. Are we going to say
the ledge is at 10 foot. You're looking
I thought you said 5 before.
Oh, you're right. I did.
Yeah. That's basically like. Am I going to have a better chance of seeing him when I'm further away?
You would want to climb up there to try to get advantage.
But that's going to be my action, right?
Yeah, that would be your action.
To go try to find him. I wanted hoping I could see him for my action. But okay, I'm going to have to climb up because I have to try to find this.
Great.
I want to put a hunter's mark on him, but I can't do it unless I can actually currently see him.
Oh. And the bugbear's like, I need one of you guys to flush him. So
Yeah.
him
So yeah. I'm gonna climb the.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 or better. That's all we need.
Okay, yeah, 14. Yeah.
You basically are grabbing the roots and the grass, pulling yourself up. They're super fast, super nimble.
Yeah. So,
and you're up here. There's trees up here. There's stumps. There's fallen trees. Tons of debris, and really tall, waist-high grass, which you distinctly hear on the far side. Something moving around in it.
Yeah, but I can see it.
Just you hear him say, each one belongs to you.
Yeah, as obviously you're getting out of the swamp and onto dry land.
Yes, I was about to say. Thanks for stealing my joke.
Sorry.
I told him, thanks for stealing my joke in common.
That's going to be a running joke.
So the three of you get one each.
Yeah, so it was going to be, I'm out of your swamp.
And I look over and go, oh, that was actually a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, so Paladin.
Yes, it seems like
I'll make my way to the left of the class.
Okay, so with your armor, are you at disadvantage for climbing or no?
It's a 7.
What armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
I don't think chainmail does. But I can check.
Chainmail.
Then yes, you have disadvantage on chainmail.
11.
Hey, you beat the 10, and as you're grabbing and you're basically hauling your butt up there, and you're just like, as you're just hearing the, I said leave. And top of the order, Bugbear, your friends are going up there, and that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Hello, this is Eric.
And Wendy Strock with Stone Valley Hobby and Games.
We sell board games, card games, role-playing games, and supplies. We have thousands of Magic the Gathering cards available, carry Kickstarter products, and work with veteran-owned small businesses to bring you our own line of products.
We are a small business retailer, but we offer competitive prices, a loyalty system, and free shipping on orders over $100.
As a military veteran myself, I'm a strong supporter of our armed forces, their families, and contractors out there doing the hard job. So any order from an AA, AE, or EP address will be shipped absolutely free.
Remember, StoneValleyGames.com, where we take your leisure seriously.